Alright, y'all. I'm here. I'm about to start posting a lot more videos for you guys. But I started my company in June. I think I didn't really hit the road until August. So, really didn't qualify to get on here and start giving you guys any information. It's now January. And I'm still learning a lot of things. But what I have learned, I want to share with you guys, because a lot of guys are looking at like videos from 2020, 21, even parts of 22, like the whole, like everything's changed. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still money out here to be made. You still have some good weeks, making good money, anywhere from $46,000 gross a week. But there's some things that you need to understand. So first I want to talk about these partials, right? Like, what people need to understand about the partials is that most of these people who are here talking about these partials, what they're not telling you is that they're getting 2 dedicated loads, right? Like, now it's possible to find a broker who's paying good money for a partial, but a lot of times what guys are doing is finding a broker who wants to run 2, 3, maybe 4 pallets dedicated. And what they're doing is they're booking that load. And pretty much what they're banking on is that the broker and the shipper, which is often the case, aren't really on one accord. They're really not really that much of communication. Where once you get to the shipper, there's just some random worker at the dock who's gonna load you up. He doesn't care that there's something else on it. So what they're really doing when they're getting these large astronomical numbers, they're running 2 dedicated loads, right? So yeah, you want to be looking for partials as well, but what these guys are doing is they're running 2 dedicated loads. Now that's a risk that you can take yourself, but nevertheless, I want you guys to understand that, because you might get on there like I was doing it, and I'm like, all right, well, I got about 8 pallets in my truck. I can fit about 4 more. It really can fit more than that if you learn how to condition your truck, which I'm currently in the process of learning. But so anyway, man, I can fit like 4 more pallets, right? So what I'm doing is I'm looking at partials, right? I'm looking for partials, and I'm seeing a lot of times, especially because my authority was young, man, I'm missing, because they don't want to work with a new authority. What I was learning is that a lot of these companies who run dedicated freight, they will work with me, and I'm like, man, they want this dedicated. This 8 pallets I got on my truck is only 3,900 pounds. I could do another 5,000 pounds, a little bit more, easily. So that's on you to take into consideration. That's what you want to do. So don't disqualify yourself from certain opportunities, certain options that you may have. I just I'm more weary of doing it, leery, of doing it, just because I want to do things the right way. But sometimes, man, you're in that situation where you like, man, all I got, this is what I got on my, all I got is a partial on my truck. I was in a scenario where I was in New Jersey, and I had to book a partial go from Jersey to Kansas City. It was only 1 pallet, but it was paying $1,300. So I'm pretty much was like, I'm banking on getting another pallet, another partial, something to go to take me where I needed to go. So that was around like $1.12 a mile. So even if I would have got another partial heading that direction, if I could have got something like near $1 or even $1 plus, I'd have been cool, right? Because that'd have put me around $2 plus a mile, which everybody really wants to be at. But 1 pallet, I probably could have got, even higher, 3, 4, just depends on what I was able to find. But yeah, sometimes you run into that situation. So I want you guys to keep that in your mind, where you're like, okay, well, I can't find any partials. Maybe there's a dedicated load. Maybe there's something that can be ran dedicated. Well, they won't run dedicated, but I got room for it, and maybe I can get it off. Again, this isn't me suggesting you do that. But we all know it's hard out here, man. And these brokers don't really, it's rare you'll find some brokers who really care about you. So, you know, you got to take care of your family. So that means that sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But all right, y'all, man. Hope this was helpful.